Hello everyone, this is the J Perm videos. So we got two of them, JA and a JB Perm. These permutations are two of the five that you have a 1x3 solved bar on. If you see this and it's not solved, it's either going to be a J Perm, an F Perm, or a U Perm. This video is on the J Perms. So I'm going to do the JA Perm first. The JA Perm looks like an L. So if you put the bar on the right, it looks like an L with the mixed up pieces. Especially if you have it lined up, you can see these are in, but these are not. Looks like an L. It also looks like an F2L pair. These oranges need to go here, and these greens need to go here. But this isn't where we're going to hold it. We're going to put the bar in the front, so the L's kind of back here. So what it's doing is it's going to move these corners. It's going to move these edges. It's going to leave everything else alone. This also ends in a U prime, but anytime any PLL ends in a U, or even OLLs, a U, U prime, or U2, it's not technically part of the algorithm. You don't have to perform it. It's adjustment of the U phase. So you can position this in another way and bypass that move. So I'll just line this up for now. With this lined up, you do have to do a U prime at the end. But if it were here, you wouldn't have to. All right, so here's the moves. It's R prime U, L prime U2, R U prime, R prime U prime U2, R L and C U prime. Or you can totally cancel out that U prime. When you look at some of these things, see how the U prime is in a squared off bracket? Like all of these, that's because it's not technically part of the algorithm. You don't need to do it. You could have this set up like this and do it. So again, that's R prime U, L prime U2, R U prime, R prime U2, and I usually do the L first, L, R. That's when I canceled out that U prime. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Generally, when you're learning the algorithm, you kind of line up stuff. It's not a good idea, but it's something that I did when I first started learning these things. All right, so that's the JA perm. The JB perm is a variation of the T perm. It's actually the exact same moves, but you have a different starting point. What I mean by that is if you stop looking at an algorithm, or if you don't look at an algorithm as a straight line kind of thing, start to finish, and you think of it as a circle, like if you're doing a T perm, but you just keep doing it, it's a circle. You know, instead of a line. So here's the T perm, sexy move, R prime F R2, U prime R prime U prime, R U R prime F prime. If you think of it like a circle, and you start here, you go around clockwise and you end there, it's a T perm. But if you start here, and you go around a circle and end here, it's a JB perm. Same exact moves, but you have a different starting point. And it ends in a U prime, which means doesn't need to be, you can actually cut out that move. It's one move less than the T perm. And if you know your T perm, you already know this. You just need to know how to identify the case, where to hold it, and where to start. And this is where you want to start. So you can almost think of it also, if you still want to think of it in a linear way, you're taking these last four moves, cut them out, and put them in the front. And then take this U prime out if you want to. I'll show you what I mean. So here's a solved cube. So instead of starting with the sexy move, we're going to do R U R prime, F prime, then the sexy move. and that's our J perm. So the moves are RU, R prime, F prime. RU, R prime, U prime. Sexy move. R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime. And if you want to get rid of that last U prime, instead of having the bar lined up here, have this block lined up. You don't have to do that U prime. So it's one move less if you want it to be. And the way you identify it, it looks like a J. The JB perm looks like a J. The JA perm looks like an L. So same thing, you got an F2L pair here, F2L pair here. They need to swap. If this is lined up, it's more obvious. Orange here. And then the green would go here. And you want your bar on the left. But for contrast, here's your 1x3 block on the left. Bar here, bar here. And the only thing I do different with like finger tricking or whatever is after the first RU, R prime, F prime, I kind of keep my fingers here and I bring them together to start the sexy move. So the next video is going to be N perms because I'm going in alphabetical order. There's no K or L perm or M perm. So there's two N perms, and one of them is this JB perm, but with a setup move in front of it. And then you do the JB perm, you undo your setup move, and you get your N perm, where it looks like a J perm, but then another J perm. So actually, if you just do a J perm, JB perm, right here, and you do a Y2, here's your solid bar, you do another J perm, JB perm, you get your N perm. But we don't have to do that many moves. By doing a setup move, then doing it, we can accomplish that. And then I'll cover the other N perm, which is this guy, where again it looks like 4F2. You can make this happen with the JA perm. Doing it like I can solve it right now, doing two JA perms. But again, that's too many moves. We got a better way. So that'll be in the next video.